That's me walking on crutches 9 months ago. I suffered a stress fracture because I ran too quick, too far, too soon. It was around this time I decided it would be a good idea to train to run a marathon and then a 52-mile ultra marathon. This video will show my journey. I couldn't put weight on my left leg, so I started doing any type of exercise I could without using that leg. So it's been 6 weeks since the injury. I'm going to do some exercise for the first time, try and ease my way back in. Hopefully I don't get any problems. That's the first session done, looking good, no pain, let's hope it continues. So it's 7 weeks after the first injury. I'm going to see if I can do some running for the first time today. Just going to try and do 5 minutes, just ease myself back in and see how it goes. It may have only been 5 minutes, but so far pain-free, looking good. So just back from my first cycle, only done 5 miles, but damn, I'm unfit. I've got a long way to go, that's for sure. So this is the first run in 9 weeks outside. Just going to try and do a mile, see how that goes. Hopefully my legs will hold up. Let's find out. That's a 6-mile run done. Really hard work, but I think that's a big step forward. It wasn't. It was a big step back. I had to take 2 weeks off running after developing pain in both my knees. I started strength training to build the muscles in my legs so that they could cope with the increased demand of the extra running. Finally, the day I've been looking forward to, running out on the trails again. But I'm so out of breath, it's ridiculous. It is a lot harder work than it should be. Whatever the weather, gotta still get out there. Alright, so the training hasn't gone to plan at all. There's been so many setbacks. It's been 14 weeks now since I had the first injury, and every time I get a bit of mileage up I just end up getting a little injury, a little niggle, and I have to stop again. So it's just been so frustrating. But yeah, it's been about 14 weeks since the injury, and I'm finally starting to get some good mileage up without any pain during the run and without pain the next day. So from now on, it's time to push on and work towards the marathon, an ultra marathon of course. Quick training run in Bondi Beach, Australia.
You must stay at home. That is why people will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes. 1 form of exercise a day.
But it does mean on my morning run, I have the downs to myself. It's now 5:45 AM. The sun is just about to come up and there's no one else in sight. So there's always some positives. 7 miles done, 8 miles done, 9 miles run. Whatever the weather, still gotta run. So I've been running for about 8 miles this morning, still got another 4 or 5 to go. And all 8 miles have been in the rain. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Oh, there's a deer in the background, not going to run. Just see him. There he is. Ooh. The deer in the background. Hiding just there. Some hills are just too steep to run up, and this is one of them. In fact, I remember a few years trying to cycle up this hill and just fell sideways. It was so steep. And running up it is even tougher. Doesn't mean I can have something to eat though. So the cows are starting to sit down, which normally means it's going to rain. And I've only run 3 miles of my 17 today, so looks like it's going to be a wet one. Okay, that's 18 miles run. Very tough 19 miles. Here I am, just starting my 26.2 mile run. It was extremely windy, so the audio isn't very clear. Here I am, about halfway through, probably complaining about how many hills there are on this route. Here I am, a little further on, again probably complaining about how many hills there are. But I can see the finish line in the distance, once I get down from this hill. Here I am at the finish line, probably pointing out that there are a lot of hills on the route. So when people say to me that they're impressed that I ran 26 miles, I say it's nothing compared to the 600 miles I had to run just to get to the start line. Because that is tough. So I've just run my 3rd marathon in less than 2 weeks now. And that's the end of the video. The ultra's been cancelled because of COVID, so I'll start to train for that next year. So the plan going forward is just running a few more marathons, and then next year step it up for the ultra.